Hello, one and everyone, and welcome to part 37, Horizon Forbidden West with a Therapist. We have now matched the amount of episodes of Red Dead Redemption, so this is 2 episodes away from Mass Effect, which will make it, at part 40, the longest playthrough that we've done so far. I anticipate this is going to be a lot more than 40 episodes, but regardless, I appreciate that you all have made it this far, that you're still engaged with this game and with my commentary and all of that. It really does mean a lot to me that you support the streams in the way that you do. Please make sure that you leave a thumbs up on the stream. Please leave a comment if you feel so inclined, even if it's something small. I appreciate your engagement in any way you're willing to provide it. Those of you that financially support the stream, thanks for doing that. Follow the links down in the description. Come hang out with us in Discord or on Twitch. Check out the TikTok videos and all that fun stuff. So we'll see where we go today. I have no promises on what we're going to do. But we are going to finish up this quest and see how this guy reacts to the fact that his friend's back. And of course, they're as far away as they could possibly be.
There's Shale. I should give her the seed pouches I recovered from the old growth.
Shale, you're not made of stone anymore.
Aloy, Lau has come back to us thanks to you. Here, the seed pouches. I'll see that these are returned to their families for planting and remembrance. I'm sure Lau and Van would like to thank you in person. You can find them at the Grove. It's been an honor, Aloy. May the land be kind to you.
Thank you. The land is not kind to your haircuts. They have terrible haircuts. All of them.
Doing better than you.
Very hard for me to get over it. An old soldier was spotted lingering in the field of blooms in the desert. What's she doing out there? Katala wants to build a new arm. I really want to do that. So let's go do that. Let's go help our boy Katalo out.
Are you all ready?
Good use of this.
Oh, Katalo, let's get you an arm, buddy.
Zenith Lab's around here. That's where Katalo said we'd find what he needs to build himself a new arm. I should let him know I'm around.
Katalo, I'm around.
I should probably let Katalo know I'm back at the Zenith Lab.
Paging Katalo.
Hey, Katalo? I'm at the Zenith Lab. Ready to come over?
I'm on my way.
Hell yeah. Let's go, buddy. Let's get in there. Let's get you that arm.
Aloy, I appreciate you meeting me here.
I'm happy to help. Did Gaia mention where exactly in the Zenith Lab we'd find what you need?
She mentioned the chamber where you found Beta, and the database that lies within. She said it'll help us find the knowledge and components I require to build a new arm.
At least we know where to look. We will have to be quick about it, in case the Zeniths are watching.
Understood.
This is so cool. And I want to lay a bit of a foundation here for what I would hope that Aloy is going to do in reaction to being involved on this. I think anytime you agree to assist somebody with a task, you should try to gauge the extent to which you are also engaging with a person's vulnerability. This is a this is certainly a quest to try to like empower Katalo in a particular type of way, but we don't want to lose sight of the fact that Katalo asking for Aloy's assistance in this regard is vulnerable. Anytime you ask for help, it's vulnerable. This is a big deal for him because he has lost a strong part of his identity when he lost his arm. He did not even just part of his identity as it is, but his identity is what it could be. Like, there's a lot of grief that went into the loss of that arm and a lot of having to acknowledge particular realities about the world around him that he otherwise might not have ever had to engage with. So this journey of figuring out what the components are necessary in order to assist Katalo in getting an arm back is something that Aloy is going to want to handle with great care. That doesn't mean kitty gloves. Like, she can still engage with the realities of the mission and stuff like that. But you don't want to be in a position as Aloy where you're like rushing this, where you're getting short with him, where if he maybe becomes like emotional or has some changes in his behavior, you take it personally. You always want to have the vulnerability of the moment in mind with yourself while you're going through this. And this is going to build intimacy with Katalo. So I think that this is the thing that is the most important if you're Aloy, is she has been generally averse to directly building intimacy with the people around her. She has passively built intimacy just by virtue of the fact that people are around her and share her mission and are assisting her and all this sort of thing. But Aloy doesn't seem to be the type to actively go out and pursue closeness with others. Well, by agreeing to help Katalo do this, she is absolutely facilitating that process. So she's also going to have to be mindful of her own aversion to intimacy as she does something with Katalo that is inherently going to build that intimacy. And if she didn't want to engage with that, and she didn't want to build intimacy, she wants to remain at a distance, then she would have done well to say, no, I'm not going to assist you on this. But as soon as she said yes, as a person in position of power, as a person who leads the group, as a person that Katalo trusts, she has now opened herself up to the idea that there will be a building of intimacy whether she wants it or not. And shutting that down could actually be more problematic than good. So she's got to be aware of that from like a self-awareness standpoint. So there's a lot going into this mission, which I hope is going to make for a really rich experience with him. Very cool.
The lab's up this way.
So this is a really interesting moment here. One that I don't think there's a right answer to. And I can just imagine that there are going to be people who respond to me with this by saying there is a right answer to it, but I really don't think there is. In order to get there, you got to climb. Katalo's got one arm. Very clearly has a physical disability that will make it more difficult for him to climb these rocks. Aloy is presented with a choice. Does she assume that Katalo has the ability to climb these rocks and will tell her if he does not, and thus climb the rocks as if nothing is to be acknowledged as it relates to his arm? Just start climbing the wall and assume he's going to follow you unless he says otherwise. If he says, hey, Aloy, I can't climb this because I got one arm, then cool, right? Like, he's basically done a bit of self-advocacy. But she does run the risk of it seeming like she is not acknowledging his disability, which can be quite invalidating, particularly in a moment where the disability could potentially preclude him from doing the thing that they're doing. Her other option would be to acknowledge the disability up front, which would be to look at Katalo and say, hey, dude, you know, we got to climb this. And I just want to acknowledge the fact that you may not be able to as easily climb this. I'm not trying to assume that you're incompetent, but I also want to acknowledge that, like, there is a physical limitation here. Are you okay with climbing the surface of this, or is there something that we might need to do in order to make this easier for you? That is very attentive to the reality of the fact that Katalo doesn't have his arm, but it also potentially runs the risk that Aloy is diminishing Katalo's ability and furthering whatever narrative he has about his incompetence or unworthiness. Well, I don't think his unworthiness is something that he struggles with, but like his incompetence, by acknowledging that up front and basically seeing his disability instead of him. And the reason I say that there's not a right answer here is because I guarantee you that there are some people that are watching this that agreed with my first option, and then there are other people who are sitting here saying, no, the second option's better. And that inherently suggests that there isn't a right way to go about this, that you have to read social cues and the nature of the relationship you have to the person and the context that they bring in order to make a judgment call on the way in which you want to handle this situation. And Aloy has chosen here to assume that Katalo is going to name whether he can do something or not. And I think as it relates to Katalo, that's the right choice. I think Aloy just starting to climb and giving him the opportunity to do it, and he does. He runs right up behind her and he starts climbing, is an acknowledgement that Katalo still has it and can find a way. And it I think provides a level of respect for his agency to determine if he can't or if he isn't, if he's going to struggle doing it. So I think it's the right call as it relates to what we've learned about Katalo via our interactions with him. And so I want to give Aloy a lot of credit for that. She could have done the other option. And the only way we would know whether it was the right or the wrong thing to do would be if Katalo told us. So it's hard. Like these are not easy things. Like I don't want to just like burn past this moment here because there's a lot of complexity here. And I would never expect perfection from anyone around how you manage this. This is where you're just trying to figure out what do I do here? How do I handle this? Do we make this something that is more salient in the moment, or do we like not ignore it? Or do we just keep going and let it be an issue if it becomes an issue?
You okay?
I got this.
This is impressive as hell, dude.
Machines.
Badass.
Scrapping the specters for parts.
Should we dispose of them?
Or we can sneak past them.
Your choice.
I wonder how much snow is gonna pile up.
You clipped it! Good! Battle it is. The machines are defeated. Let's go on.
All right. Oh, shit.
Fight with honor!
God damn. That. Talo's getting in there.
Keep it up!
Entrance to the lab is by that tunnel. Come on.
Apex shell walker. Damn. Probably should have scanned it. All right. Secret tunnel!
The enemy did this?
Hard to believe, but yeah.
Gaia said the Zeniths made incredible discoveries here. But in the end, they only used such knowledge for selfish purposes.
At least now we can use it to do something good.
Indeed.
Enemies up ahead.
Fire won't help here.
And again! The blade is only halfway in. Now we finish it.
Yeah.
Fight harder!
So Hephaestus hath found
We better get a
thine
move
way.
on. The room we found Beta in is up ahead.
Lead the way.
What, me?
Let's teach them respect! Hit him down!
Another victory. Let us seek the next.
Yes, sir.
We're here. Now we just need to find a way to access the database Gaia was talking about.
Varl mentioned you found Beta in one of those pods. I would hate to be locked up inside such a thing. There's barely room to breathe.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun to me either, buddy.
I think I found what we're looking for.
Let's hope it holds the answers we seek.
I'll download the database to your focus, so you can search through it later.
What about the components?
They should be somewhere on the... Spectres!
For the fallen marshals!
Again? More? Y'all are lame.
Courage, they lack in brains!
Alright, Katalo. Let's get after it, bud. Come on.
Use acid on it!
I got corrosive arrows. Ah.
That damage did! Like a thunderjaw!
Oh boy.
One blade is all I need.
Where's
to
the other
finish
one?
You.
Oh, there it is. The hell? Are you cloaking or something? Oh god. Oh Jesus.
Keep that weak spot. I'm not finishing you.
There we go. Acid. Boom. Done.
The Zeniths might send reinforcements. We need to finish up and get out of here. The components should be somewhere on the second floor.
I'm right behind you.
Vector thruster. All right, somewhere on the second floor. Be cool if there was more conversation between Aloy and Katalo about like, so you know, what's it like to think about the idea of getting an arm back and stuff like that. Like, I'd love to know how he's feeling about the idea of this.
We need to search the entire floor.
I'll keep a lookout.
Ooh,
Don't want any more surprises.
I didn't read this. Text from Daniel McGill. Data from Daniel McGill to Claire Nguyen. Spoon-fed, January 18th, 2065. Claire, wish you'd been on call with me with Zero Dawn. Whoever negotiated this deal with them was ingenious, Bunch of our old tech collecting dust and storage in exchange for a copy of all human knowledge? Talk about a bargain. And the guy heading up the Aletheia subfunction, Patrick Brochard Klein, you could practically see sparkles in his eyes when he was bombarding us with follow-up questions on the egogenic chamber's design. It was like we're waving catnip in front of him. Anyway, they're requesting additional material and nutrition delivery. Higher-ups gave the go-ahead, so send over everything we have. Brochard Klein will probably pee his pants in glee. Dan.
Good idea.
Nikitala, watch this. Yeah. Whoosh.
A vent. Might be a way out of this room.
Maybe, but I want to pry open the door. What we got in here? Ancient sculpture.
Please tell me the components are in there.
Where is this vent you speak of? Oh. Alright, come on, Katalo.
The components have to be here somewhere.
Perhaps they're in this safe? Nope. Hey, components! Where are you? Maybe don't eat the berries that were in that. Perhaps it's behind this fire gleam. Come on. Zenith components. Hey!
I should go back and give these to Kotalo. Just ignite this.
Make a lot of noise. Ooh. The mainframe. All right, Katalo, got it for you, bud.
You found the components?
See for yourself.
You have my thanks, Aloy.
Something wrong?
I was just thinking about what it will be like after I build the arm. Will I feel different? Whole again? Idle thoughts.
Ah, and of course, underneath that, as is generally the case with language, there is an acknowledgement of how he actually sees himself. So, will I be whole again? Is an acknowledgement that he currently does not feel whole. Right? So maybe that's I don't feel whole physically, which would make sense, but he has very much let us know that his arm and the lack thereof is something that he doesn't, or that he connects with emotionally, right? So like, I don't feel whole physically, but I also don't necessarily feel whole mentally because I've had to recalibrate who I am. Am I going to get that back in some kind of way via replacing my arm with a prosthetic? And the answer is maybe. I mean, you might, or it might be different. The thing that sometimes people get too locked into is the idea that they will return to what it once was, which it really opens the door for me to talk about something very important with trauma. Because if we take the assumption that Katalo losing his arm was a trauma, which it seems that it was to some regard, one of the things that actually, there's a really, how do I want to put this? There's a really cool article, article of research that I assigned in a class where I was talking about trauma. I can't remember exactly which class it was, but that's not as important. Basically, the idea is that one of the things that can perpetuate the effect that trauma has on people is the notion that you either could go back to normal or how it was prior trauma, but you actually can't. Like it's impossible, but you may want it to. Or having this really intense acknowledgement but aversion to the idea that things cannot go back to what they were. But there's this idea that trauma goes away if you can return to what things were like prior to the trauma. But the unfortunate part of trauma is that it forces people to reevaluate their notion of what's possible in the reality that they live in. So Katalo now lives in a world where he has seen the way that people react to him when he doesn't have an arm. He has seen people turn on him. He has seen people change their opinions of him. People have disregarded their notions of who he could be and what he's capable of. And that has changed how he sees himself, which is going to happen. It's why identity doesn't just happen in isolation. It doesn't happen just as something that's self-generated. Identity also happens relative to other people. So when he gets a prosthetic arm, yes, there might be some function that returns to him that he didn't have without his arm and did have prior to losing it. But it doesn't change the things that he has had to come to terms with and witness post-trauma. So this idea of, will it make me feel whole again? Maybe, but it's going to be different. How are you going to acknowledge those differences and move forward with them? This idea that you're going to go back to exactly what it was prior, very likely not going to happen. And if you keep holding yourself on that idea, you're going to perpetuate the effect that the trauma has on you. I hope that makes sense.
They can wait until we're back at base.
You go on ahead. I might want to take one more look around, in case there's anything useful.
Very well. I look forward to putting what we found to good use. Walk with the 10.
Nice. All right. I don't think there's going to be anything else in here that we need, so... we will make our way back to the base. And we will talk to him about his arm and see what happens when he gets a new one. No flowers in here? I don't think so. So acknowledging you want it to go back while reminding yourself it won't every time you think it will is the way to help that. Sort of. So the idea would be that you have to acknowledge a new reality. And the best analog that I can come up with off the top of my head actually is how people recover from like affairs in their intimate relationships. Like if somebody in a relationship like cheats on their other partner, engages in an extradiatic relationship that violates the rules of that relationship, if both people decide that they want to commit to continuing the relationship, there has to be an acknowledgement that you're going to create a new, like, normal, so to speak, in your relationship. That is now is a part of your relationship history, whether you like it or not, and you now have to commit to figuring out what you're going to do going forward. So trauma is similar in some ways, where you may want it to go back to how it was. You may want to go back to the level of ignorance that you may, and I don't mean that in a bad way, that you may want to go back to the level of ignorance that you had prior to the trauma happening. But if you continuously lament that, it's not going to help. So there can be an acknowledgement that it won't go back to what it was, but then we want to shift to, so what does that mean for what I want to create now going forward? How do I want to integrate the trauma into the ways in which I carefully approach the here and now, and by extension, the future? So if I was jumped at a park and was robbed, and I now have like lost my innocence around what can happen when I go to a public area, do I want to, if you continuously say to yourself, well, I want to go back to where I wasn't afraid to go to the park, that's not going to happen, because you had an experience that fundamentally changed your expectations of what's possible in a public space. So we have to now ask ourselves, what's the work that needs to be done if I want to go back to public spaces that will make me not necessarily feel more comfortable, but will give me data that suggests that not every time I go to a park am I going to be in danger. Maybe you protect yourself more. Maybe you decide to carry like a knife on you or something like that. Maybe you make sure that you go with other people. Maybe you go expose yourself to sitting in a park by yourself, just so that you can see that you didn't get attacked this time around, so you can build counter data to the way that the trauma has changed your expectations. Like, there's all sorts of things you got to do, but they're going to be forward moving as it relates to that. So reminding yourself it won't go back to what it was is part of it, but then you have to ask yourself, so what does that mean for me now? Acno, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that.
Aloy, may we speak?
Akatala.
Braving the wilds as reckless as ever, are we?
Me? Never. How's it going with the arm?
It is nearly complete, but I'm still adjusting the fittings. Soon, I must test it.
Looking forward to it.
That's
You
it?
probably want to get back to training.
Be safe.
Wait for Katalo to finish building the arm. Cool. All right. Dude, what if it's this? What if he's like building this giant freaking like nuke cannon of an arm? It's not gonna be to scale. He's gonna just have like this like utterly insane rocket launcher arm. Be amazing. Zoe, you wanted to speak with me?
Speak, Aloy.
Yeah, what's up?
You're back. Good. Before we talk, I wanted to give you this. For helping me heal the land gods. Plainsong is in your debt.
Thank you, Zoe.
You deserve much more for all you've done. May the land always bloom in your steps.
Oh, thank you.
And yours?
And also with you. I'll be right back. I gotta pee again.
I assume you've been looking into Demeter now that Gaia's merged with it?
Yes. It's been humbling to know that the seeds I carry in this pouch came in turn from the seeds saved for Demeter in the old world. It gives me hope that the cycle of life will prevail now, just as it did before.
How'd it go with the chorus after we fixed the land gods?
They were shocked when I told them that our lands would soon be on the mend. I thought Fane's eyes would pop out of his head. But of course they had no choice but to take it as good news, even if it meant all their preaching about meekly accepting our doom was exposed as rot. To be honest, I found the conversation to be highly enjoyable.
I bet you
I'm
did.
glad. You deserve it. They're lucky that you never gave up on saving them. I should go.
Back to studying it is.
Yeah, so Aloy's excitement about people persisting on no matter what shows. Which is why she's so reactive to Beta. Because Beta doesn't just immediately say, yes, this is going to work. In the way that Aloy, and then persist on. Although she is currently persisting on, despite the fact that she was kind of negative about things. And I wish Aloy would engage with that. All right. See that tallneck just like looming in the distance. All right, we're gonna talk to Darika, an old soldier spotted lingering in a field of blooms in the desert. What's she doing out here? Let's find out.
Are you almost done?
I was annoyingly impatient at your age, too.
Everything okay? What are you doing out here?
Ask my grandmother. I risked leaving guard duty to look for her. She stopped to see the bloom, and now she won't leave. Since when does she care about flowers?
They're not just flowers, child. They're scarlet stems with a scent that soothes the nerves. Or so I was told many years ago by an Utaru seed tracker.
An Utaru? Now you're telling stories. If one trespassed here back then, you'd have killed him on sight.
I couldn't. Found him picking flowers, right near here in Tallneck territory. I was all set to strike him down, but he was singing.
Singing?
Can't remember the tune now. Just the lilt of his voice. And his name. Nilo. He decided to stay for a day or two. I took guard duty here so I could keep coming back to him. And he kept delaying his return to Plainsong. For the flowers, he said.
Please don't tell me I'm descended from an Utaru gardener.
Almost. Almost. But the thrill of battle called to me, and he had to return to his people. I've always wondered about the life I missed with him. Whether he misses it too. Would he welcome me in Plainsong? Or at least accept a scarlet stem?
It's a long way to Plainsong, but I get back there now and then. I could pick some scarlet stems and bring them to Nilo, if I can find him.
Please. He was an herbalist there. I know the time has long since passed, but I'd like to know. Well, I'd like him to know. You know what I mean.
I think I do.
Encouraging an old woman? Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, why wouldn't I? Yeah, dumbass, you don't have an answer for that. You're just being annoying. That's whatever, annoyance with her grandma. No logic there. No analysis needed. Just being a teenager.
Think she'll find that Nilo guy?
I thought you didn't care.
I don't. Not really.
Yeah, it's cool to not care. Oh, hi, Keaton. Okay. Oh. Oh. Gonna play some Horizon with me? Yeah, kitty man. Oh, you too, huh? What's up, Jack? What's up, number 9? Go to Plainsong. So I just had to pick some flowers and go to Plainsong, huh? Are you leaving? Leaving already, buddy?
I should look for the herbalist. Might still
It's
be
cool
Nilo.
to... I wonder if it's cool to not care has always been a teenager thing throughout time. Yeah, I mean, I don't care is a really great way to assert a degree of, like, autonomy. Like, I don't care, indifference. Indifference is power. It's an assertion of opinion. One of the ways that teenagers work through the idea that you can develop your own opinions via critical thought is to take antagonistic points of view. It's like kind of a progression in that regard. Acno, first of all, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the $50 tip. That is ridiculously generous of you. Thank you for the gifted subs as well. And I think you gave 2 $50 tips. Thank you very much for that. I just saw that on my event thing. So that is very, very, very kind of you. Thank you. I hope you're still here, because I feel bad if I didn't acknowledge that right away. So thank you very much, friend. Your generosity means a lot.
I could give him the scarlet stems.
But yeah, you... So...
Lovely to see you.
Oh, thank you for 5 more gifted subs. That's very kind of you. Look, the way that people gain a sense of who they are and autonomy is not something that, like, all of a sudden one day you wake up and you're like, here's who I am and here are my values. Like, that's not really how it happens. You have to develop into that. So we see, like, this is why actually teenagers are inherently argumentative, because arguments are a great way to develop a position. And sometimes it's easier to develop a position that is anti whatever the other position is, rather than developing one of your own. Like, one requires you to think for yourself, the other requires you to react to other people. So you see this, unfortunately, in adults too, where people develop their entire identity around what they aren't and being like the antithesis to something instead of thinking for themselves about what they want to be. But you have to go through very basic ways of doing that before you're going to get sophisticated about it. So you start by, somebody says, I think we should paint our living room walls green, and a teenager might even like the idea of painting them green, but says, no, I think we should do orange. And it's a way to feel what it's like to have your own opinion on something. And then when somebody fights you, then now you're developing some of the operations necessary in order to think through why you took the position of no, why do I think we should paint the living room orange? So sometimes I'll help parents understand that, like, when your teenager fights with you and is a pain in the ass, it's because their brain's developing. It's because they're learning how to navigate the world autonomously in a more sophisticated way. And you don't want to take that personally. Thank you for 5 more gifted subs, Acno. Thank you for the bit spin. And this is why development is so important to understand. That's why I preach it in every single playthrough I do. Because when you understand development, you take things less personally.
Outlander, what can I do for you?
You're the herbalist here, right? Are you Nilo?
No, Nilo was before my time. I think he went up north a while back to Riverham. Why? Do you need a special solve?
No, but someone else does, in a way. Thanks. I'll try Riverham.
There's a grove there, a memorial, a beautiful greenery. If he's there, I bet he'll be tending it.
Thanks again.
Glad I could help. I hope you find what you're looking for in Riverhim.
Oh god, fetch quest. Fetch! Fetch, Dr. Mick, fetch! Thank you for 5 more gifted subs.
Riverhim. I should look for Nilo. Give him the Scarlet Stems. The herbalist in Plainsong said he might be near the Memorial Grove.
He did say that weird. Honestly, I think that's probably just like very mid voice acting.
Did she say Nilo?
Nilo! Nilo! Uh-oh. Is Nilo dead?
Hi there.
Nora, here. You're a long way from home.
I suppose I am. I'm looking for an herbalist named Nilo. I think I heard you say his name.
You've come to the right place. His seeds were buried here, where he tended the blooms of others, including my mother's. I'm his daughter, Gia.
How long has he been gone?
Some 5 years now. He put a lot of love into this grove. Almost as much as he gave me. That's why I could never abandon Riverhim.
I'd like to leave some flowers, if I may. From an old friend of his.
Scarlet stems. They're rare in these parts, but they were his favorite. I never knew why.
Nah.
He planted them whenever he could, but never picked them. Preferred to just watch them bloom.
Oh.
Sounds about right. So he was a good man who led a full life?
He was. And he did. I don't know who this old friend is, but if my father liked them, they must be a good soul.
Cool. I really like Aloy not disclosing who it was. It's cool. Let the Utaru lady tell you if she wants you to disclose who it is. And I think also there's no need to disclose it given the fact that Gia didn't ask for the name. Like, very obviously didn't ask for the name. Very well could have. Could have said, who was it? Who was the friend? I'd love to meet them. Didn't say that. Maybe knew. Maybe had some inkling that it was a person who would be forbidden. Or whatever. But really tactful move there from Aloy. Like, I actually think that if Aloy disclosed who that was, it would be more self-indulgent than anything else. Of like, I know something you don't know. This is exciting. Check it out. I think it's better that she just kind of leaves it as it is. Let the story be the story. Let his daughter acknowledge it for what it is, and then the meaning will come to the lady by telling her that we laid the flowers and telling her that he's died, and then she can decide what she wants to do with it. We don't have to get involved beyond that.
Look, the Outlander's back.
I can still see well enough, girl.
Is my long vigil over? You have word from my grandmother's gardener?
Yes and no. I laid the scarlet stems at his grave.
Before we hear her reaction to this, that teenage response there, oh baby. Honestly, I think probably we've either been there ourselves or we've known teenagers who do that. The minimization there, right? You find my grandma's gardener. That's a way to distance herself from the sense of like connectedness and emotion that she might have for empathizing with her grandmother, which is, again, it's a very teenage thing to do. Teenagers do not have a sophisticated understanding of how to negotiate closeness and distance with people. teenagers often falsely believe that if they are overly connected to people around them, that they no longer have an identity separate of them. And so they will do very weird, annoying things in order to create that separation, so that you see them as being somebody who isn't the people around them. So saying, did you find my grandma's gardener, and like minimizing the importance of that relationship, disengaging from whatever empathy and emotion that might come along with connecting to that, you know, you might look at her and be like, well, that was a pretty not cool thing to say. It's pretty insensitive. But it's just her not wanting to connect with her grandma because of some, you know, very limited teenage idea that you preserve yourself by doing that. And again, this is why I say, like, development is so important to understand with this, because you depersonalize that stuff if that happens. Like, if grandma doesn't understand that, whether it be academically or just conceptually via lived experience, she might get really pissed at her granddaughter for saying that. Like, how dare you call him my gardener? It's not a shot. I mean, just by virtue of the fact that her granddaughter's still just kind of hanging out with her and engaging with her suggests that they have more of a relationship here than one that's antagonistic. So you're like, all right, it's just you being a teenager. That's all it is. You're saying dumb shit just to say dumb shit because it makes you feel like you know who you are better. And her grandma just taking that in stride and not saying anything about it is great. You know, whatever. It takes kind of the power away from that. Like, what you just said doesn't affect me in the way that you think it might.
His favorite flower, according to his daughter. Always loved to watch them bloom.
He's gone. But he did think of me over the years. That'll have to be enough.
Really? That's it? Are you sure you got the right herbalist?
There it is.
Huh. Seemed like you thought it was a fool's errand.
Well, it's just that it meant something to you. It could have been a whole other life.
Could have been. But this life hasn't turned out so bad. Even have a granddaughter who cares enough to come looking for me out in the wilds. And I've still got scarlet stems to remind me of Nilo.
Sounds like your grandmother's got it all figured out.
Maybe she does. Just tell me the next time you want to come out here, okay? Instead of disappearing.
Maybe I will.
There it is.
Here, Outlander. Take this. For helping an old woman to remember she was once young.
That was nice. It was a nice little mission, despite being a fetch quest. Oops. Well, looks like it's time for us to find our way to San Francisco. Oh my God, what is all this? Is this all kitty litter on me? Oh, boys. Clean yourself up, eh? Clean yourself up, eh, big guy? Your brother's down here, buddy. I'm sorry. There's only room for one kitty. Only room for one dusty kitty down here. Okay, sit right in front of the screen then. That's fine. Oh yeah, there's one more race that I gotta do. We'll do that race and then we'll go. Right? Wasn't that like around here somewhere? With like that red fang dude. Yeah. Oh, it's down here. Alright, we should go do that. Yeah, the race is near Vegas. What's up, bud?
Aloy, you're here.
Red Teeth found us a nudge.
Dude, Red Teeth. What's up, brother?
You
All
should
right,
wait at
Jack,
the campfire.
I got a race,
We
bud.
race at nightfall.
Booping your head on the microphone is cool, but... Yeah, there's no room. I'm sorry. There's not enough room on the bus. You gotta wait for the next one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jeez. Your brother's got it. Your brother took the spot. Your brother did. You should have beat him. I tried to put you on my lap and then you were like, no, I'm gonna get on the disc. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wish there was more room. I wish there was more room. But your brother's gonna bite you if you try to come down here. Let me comfort my cat really quick before we do this race. Seems very sad that you can't sit on my lap. Yeah. If you're gonna try to bite me though, that's not gonna fly. But gotta race. You can lay down on the desk. Yeah, you can lay down on the desk. You're gonna try it. You can try it. Your brother's gonna try to bite you though. Yes. See. Hey! Don't do that. Bite my hand. Reach all the way across and bite my hand. Your brother got here first, dude. I don't know what to tell you. He looks so mad. Jack is like perfectly in my way. Perfectly in my way. Oh, are you getting up? You getting up so your brother can come down? Dusty kitty? Huh? Alright, come on. You can try it. Come on. Oh, he's gonna try it. Don't bite him. Don't bite him. Be cool. Hey, be cool. There we go. Alright, got both cats on the lap. It actually worked. Atta boy. Way to make it happen. Oh, now Jiro's gone. Alright, you win. Good job, buddy. Way to be patient. Way to be patient. Good job. He like came down on my lap. He's like, I'm sitting here, bro. Like, you're gonna deal with it. And then Jiro's like, fine, I'm getting up then. Way to go, bud. The hell? and then you get up.
Whoa! Now that's a track.
You know I'm going out there to win. But if I don't, you better make sure you beat him for me.
You got it.
Good luck.
The night begs for blood and machine oil. You ready to ride?
Broncos country, let's ride.
Ready when you are.
Oh boy, is this one-on-one? No. Okay. Let's go. Red teeth. Bitch. Dude, racing in Vegas? Little night race? Little F1?
Oh, I'm coming for you.
Got you!
Got him. Got myself.
Got you now!
How you like my arrows, Frisbee? Gotcha!
Yeah!
It's a hit!
Gonna bring you down!
Gotta keep up, Aloy!
Oh, I'm keeping up, dude.
Yeah!
Good at that!
You like that?
Where do you think you're going?
Almost made it.
Oh, really? That's it? Oh, that sucks. That was a really short one.
Win or lose, all that matters is the rush of death ringing in your ears right now.
I don't know about that. Let's do it again.
Let's
Go. All right, now that I know that this is a really short course.
Gotcha! Yeah!
Come on. Oh, shit. Pick shit up.
Gonna bring you...
You like that?
How am I not picking this stuff up? It's driving me nuts.
My arrows look good on you, Frisbee. Gotcha!
This is not going well. Come on, get out of the way. Holy shit. Ugh.
So long, loser!
Yeah.
Fresh arrows just for you, fresh meat.
Come on. Get it. Oh my god, come on.
Almost made it.
Oh.
That sting you feel?
Shut the hell up, dude.
That's
I don't
right.
care. Come on. You're gonna come down my lap. Come down my lap.
Yeah.
Come on.
Gotcha now. Stay down.
Dude, that was huge.
Now I need more.
Fresh meat.
Get the hell out of here. Oh, dude, this is so janky.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh my god.
Surprise. Something wild when you fresh meat.
Like, how do you get that? Come on, hit the boost! Thank God.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
That was a well-earned victory. One that merits speaking face to face.
Varl? Oh.
Nil?
Oh, no
I have
way.
to admit, I put on a good show.
Except for the part where you try to run me off the track.
A reunion with an old partner deserves more than a handshake, don't you think?
No way.
We killed bandits together, Nil. For different reasons. I'm not sure we were partners.
I am. Now more than ever. Especially since we've moved on to something even more entertaining.
Hey, man. Yeah, better than killing everybody, I guess.
You always said that the thrill of the kill was too sharp to deny. It's hard to believe you've left that life behind.
I still hear the call, when the blood boils and the bowstring tightens. But then I race. The threat of every turn, each well-placed strike, the arrow that grazes the skin. It's a dance that holds death close, at the perfect distance, repeatable and therefore perpetual. And I get to share it with fellow riders who appreciate the flavor of blood and steel. It's enough to soothe a man's demons. I believe you know this, or else you wouldn't be here.
I think my demons are slightly different from yours, Nil. So, racing?
Ah, yes, a surprise for me as well. By chance or fate, I found myself wandering the desert, thirsty for a thrill. And then I saw the riders. A glint of steel at high speed, metal haunches splashed with blood. I admit I was smitten. To ride the edge between life and death, now that is a beautiful thing.
I guess that's one way to describe it. How are you even here?
I won't bore you with the details. It's enough to say that you left Meridian a land of peace. And a man with a bow can go restless in such a place, so I traveled my old haunts for a while.
You've been to the Forbidden West before?
During the Red Raids, yes. I have fond memories of that campaign.
I'm not sure fond is the word I'd use.
I did what was acceptable at the time. Some might call it excess, but I think the Tallneck understood. They relish the kill and grasp the need of it. That's a language we can both speak.
I wish I could say you were wrong.
I mean, hey, Nil doesn't beat around the bush on who he is. I give him credit for that, I guess, like whether you agree with his orientation to the world or not is certainly up to you, but he's transparent. And I can appreciate the consistency.
So, the mask, the armor... You knew the Tallneck would never let a Karja join a race.
When I returned to the Forbidden West, I knew that walking the clan lands would attract as much blood as my bow could handle. And it did. But I realized that if I wanted to ride with the Tallneck, it wouldn't do to indulge in petty duels. I mean, you can't race with the dead.
So you restrained yourself? Sort of.
There's no restraint on the track. Who knows, though? One day, the mask may no longer be necessary. After all, everyone here knows me by the speed of my mount and the sting of my arrows. And the Tallneck to respect victory even more than they cherish their feuds. But for now, it keeps the children entertained.
Until they're adults and I can kill them.
I'm glad you found your thing, Nil. Relieved, actually. I think.
It's great.
Don't worry. Nothing will ever quite replace our partnership.
I wasn't worried.
You know, you could always join us. Live without the restraints of whatever narrow path you've carved out for yourself these days.
Thank you for the offer, but I think I'm good.
As expected. But you can always find me on the track if you need a release. And I promise to never go easy on you.
I know that's supposed to mean something nice, so, thanks.
Hey, Red Teeth! Stop hogging all the attention. Aloy, you want to celebrate with us too, right?
Yeah,
I'll
bro.
leave you to it. See you when you feel the need, Aloy.
So, you gonna tell us what's under the mask or what?
Sorry, winners only.
Ha.
Worth a try.
Don't celebrate for too long. Tracks don't race themselves,
Just try not to kill each other before I get there.
Hey, Aloy. You won the big one? Don't forget to take your winnings.
Oh, I most
That's them in
certainly
that
will.
chest for you.
Thank you. Karja's Bane. Ooh. Powerful bow. Brought down many Karja during the Red Raids. Reclaimed from a rebel champion. It's prized by the Tallneck for its mobility and use of close quarters combat. Let's put that there. Cool. You just get something neat out of it. I guess we could give Stemmer the other orbs we've got, since we're here in Vegas. You think they know he's not Tallneck since he doesn't have tattoos? I guess he's got the facial tattoos. It's probably good enough for them, I guess. Or they don't care. Because he's a challenge.
Heard you helped Moreland and his crew out. Good on the wild.
Nothing like.
Heard Moreland built some kind of a lodge from his toils to marvel the beauty all around him. Good
What's up,
to see you
Neats?
again,
Thank you for the
Aloy.
sub.
And above, the serpents continue to dance in the sky, like sparks leaping from a flaming forge. Have you found any more ornaments?
I have indeed.
Yeah. Here.
So, are you feeling festive? Take your pick.
Give me... Well, I feel like Chinese New Year is probably the best one to do, but we'll do this one.
This one seems good.
I hope Abaddon is ready for this.
What do we got? Show me.
Ah, this must have been the Feast of the Crescent Moon. But they couldn't have celebrated every crescent moon, could they? By the Forge, that'd be a lot of feasts.
What's wrong with that, dude? Eat up. Get after it. All right. Well, Teddy. Well, Teddy boy. So that's where Alva's at. We're gonna go roll up on.
This must be Fall's Edge. Katala said I could resupply here, then head for the Quen Ferry.
Yeah. The next time I'm on leave, I'm heading.
Said I could resupply. Oh, okay. Whatever. I don't care about that.
You know, I kind of thought Chief Carl made up your
Ooh, there's a rebel outpost nearby. Ooh, do I take that out? I do want to knock all of those out. That's pretty close. Let's go knock that out along the way here. As I don't want to have a stream where I do all of them at
Fall's Edge
once.
behind me. Just gotta head west until I reach the coast. And the Quen Ferry. Another rebel outpost. I need to take out the leader.
Hey, did you hear that?
You didn't hear shit.
Stop there! The Outlander's here! Call everyone to arms! Firing now! No!
Stop her! You see that?
I reached max level. Okay. How about that?
That must be the leader of this outpost. I wonder if this one's got some of those tags I keep finding.
No, I don't want the gun. Okay, whatever. War crossing, holy crap. The... Whatever.
Hell with that! Death won't come swiftly.
Who's left? You.
These rebels won't be bothering anyone else.
Done. Loot the outpost leader. I thought I did.
That's from fallen soldiers. I should get these back to Duca.
Okay. Easy peasy. Okay. Doing everything at night today, apparently. Stream during the day, do missions at night. Stream at night, do missions during the day. Going into Teddy's bunker.
It'll take a lot of acid to bring it down. Okay, time to cross the water, look for landfall, and over.
Oh, it's the Stegosaurus thingy. Oh, come here, bud. Come here. Slaughter spine, dude. Look at that thing. Kill it.
Look at those barbs on her face.
Okay. Oh yeah, dude, this thing. Oh boy. This thing's intense. What? Whoa, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, it's like Godzilla. Whoa. Whoa, dude. Oh. This thing's got to be modeled off Godzilla, dude. Plasma spine launcher. Oh boy.
This is
getting there. Oh. Yeah. That was awesome. A few pelicans were harmed in the deletion of this dinosaur. God, that thing's so cool. Yeah, did y'all see that? Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. Alva, how you doing? Oh.
That's strange. Well, nothing's stopping me from taking a boat.
You're not wrong, Aloy. Boy! Get in the boat. Come on, Mimir. Seems dangerous as hell to do this by yourself. But, all right. Get there, Aloy. You can do it.
Oh, the current's pushing me south. There's no choice but to head for that beach.
Jesus.
No one's guarding this side of the ferry either. Where are the Quinn? They're on landfall, I guess. I better go find it. Should be to the northeast.
Boy, howdy. Might as well go hit up the tallneck. The Quen are from somewhere across the ocean. We don't know what country yet.
Going down.
San Francisco. Got some San Franciscan looking architecture here.
I wish to have some of this. I'm still getting that signal. Another tallneck.
Oh no, it's submerged.
There's the tallneck that signaled my focus.
Submerged in the deep.
Glinthawks. Better be careful.
Stingrays down here, or manta rays? Oh, baby.
Doesn't look like the tallneck's working. Maybe my focus can tell me more. Something seems to have knocked the tallneck down. Maybe the current. Better take a look at the damage.
Examine the submerged tallneck.
Send this to my stash. I should swim down. Check what kind of damage we're dealing with.
Oh, there we go.
Two parts are missing. Is that what the Glinthawk was carrying? Might be able to find the parts at their nest.
Now, of course, it's always the damn birds took the shit. So neat, man. Whole underwater world. Right, it's always the damn Glinthawks.
They must be up there somewhere. We just have to get to them.
It's amazing that the parts haven't, like, who knows how long that thing's been submerged.
I can override Glinthawks now. Stop him swooping down on me.
Or just kill him. I can't push these? Really? Fine. I'll do it your way.
Glinthawk nests. Wonder if this is where those sunken tallneck parts ended up.
Can I make that jump? Probably can make that jump. Alright. And a lot more gold stuff out here.
One to go.
Almost like there's gold in San Francisco. Look at these waves coming in. Come on. So great. I've never been to San Francisco, so I will probably not recognize many of the landmarks. It's a place I wouldn't mind going at some point, but never been to the Bay Area, period. Come on. No! God damn it.
Second tallneck part. Guess we're done here. Now, look at that part I saw back at the nest.
Okay. Boom. Now we go back to, wait, cover the tallneck missing parts. Thought I did that. Thought that's what was in that little nest right there. Right? Isn't that what that little nest is? Oh shit. Oh boy.
Should be harder to follow me in here. Looks like there's a way into the ruins there.
Oh god! Oh boy. Ooh. Hey, leave me alone. I'm not bothering you. I might have killed your brother, but it's fine. Cover the tallneck's missing parts. I'm so confused because it literally like, okay, so it must be underneath if it's saying that I didn't grab them, and I don't, this game hasn't been like glitchy, so I must be missing something. Ooh, we got some lore. That's good.
Let this green shine off carefully.
Colossus Bay buy-in. Your game, your team, your stadium, your home. The stage for our future is set. Team Herculean has been listening to its supporters, and after 6 years of development, the answer is finally here. Colossus Bay, the new residential area for the most dedicated fans in the Trials of Titans universe. At the southeastern edge of San Francisco waterfront, over 5,100 new homes, 326 of which are affordably subsidized per state regulations, shall open their doors to the worthy, to you. And with Stadium Empyrean at its beating heart, you will not only be close to the action, you'll be part of it. Whether you're streaming from the comfort of your lofty seaside apartment, scoping out the action in the cutting-edge holospheres that each public space is equipped with, or from your guaranteed MVP seat in the Empyrean, you will hear every cheer, feel every rumble. As every neighbor will be a dedicated fan like you, you'll never walk alone again. You'll be closer to the gods of gaming than you ever thought possible. Make Colossus Bay your home and share the victory. We are Phalanx. Register your interest now. Yeah, only 300 of 5,100 are affordably subsidized. Sounds about right. I am really starting to think that, like, I got what I needed. Chat, does anybody know if what I need is... Did I already acquire it, or is it in a different spot? Does anybody know? I'm okay with you answering this question. Because I don't want to just be, like, swimming around here aimlessly if... You did not get it yet? Okay, cool. Juniper, thank you very much for the raid. Those of you coming along with the raid, you don't know who I am. I'm DrMick. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I have a PhD in human development. This is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games, talk about mental health, psychology, therapy, and more in an effort to destigmatize those things. Bring information to folks who wouldn't otherwise have it in a responsible and ethical way. I like to play popular games and analyze them using my therapist brain. So if you're into the idea of having games heavily analyzed from the perspective of a professional, my stream is the stream for you. Hope you had a lovely stream, Juniper. Thank you for bringing your community over here. I appreciate it.
Acid's corroding its armor.
Currently searching for a component that, for whatever reason, is not immediately obviously available to me. This game looks so sick. It is. It's great. We've had a lovely playthrough. We're on part 37. I do ask that you not spoil it because this is a blind run for me. Oh, is this it right here?
I should get these
there
back to
it
the
is.
tallneck.
Jeez. God. We got it. Let's fire this bad boy up. Some of the best water physics and graphics I think I've ever seen in a game.
Let's hope this works.
go.
There we go. One more to go. That should do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Emerge from the deep.
Welcome back. Now I just need to find a way to climb aboard.
Come on. Swim faster, Aloy. Swim. Swim. No. Swim faster. This is obviously not the way to do this.
If I can get on land, I might be able to jump onto the tallneck.
Oh, God. Come on, Aloy, figure it out.
I think I can climb up there.
Holy shit. Oh, there's a ladder there. Oh, come on. Yes.
Now to climb up to his head.
Oh, man, that was lucky. Oh, I know, Spin. Thanks. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
There we go. Time to override. It's all right. Almost done.
Gimme, 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 gimme.
Good. Got the data.
Yay! Boom. Beauty. All right. To Teddy's bunker we go in part 38. My friends, thank you so much for taking time out of your day or night to watch this video. I am grateful that you made it all the way to the end. If you haven't already, please leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Follow the links in the description. I am so grateful for your support of this playthrough, and I'm very excited about what's to come. We are rocking and rolling. You are binging this series. I will see you in the next one. If you're waiting for the next one to come out, we will get it out as soon as we can. I appreciate y'all immensely, and I'll catch you on the next one.